Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome to my research proposals minor. First of all, I will introduce myself. My name is Fauzi from Accounting Department class of 2016, State University of Jakarta. I will present my research proposal. The title is The Impact of Understanding of SKMKM, Financial Literacy, and Firm Size on Access to SMEs Formal Credit. The Honorable Mr. Mrs. Mrs. IGK Lutwi as a Chief Examiner, Mrs. Dia Armaliza as Expert Examiners, and Mr. Ahmad Fauzi as Secretary. And I say thank you to my thesis supervisor, Mr. Amali Hasana, and Mr. Petrolis Musa Perdana. The research proposal consists of three parts. The first is introduction, second is literature review, and the last is research method. The first chapter is introduction. Research background. SME have important role for country economy. The problem to develop SME is that it's difficult to access formal credit. Several factors that constrain SME to access credit are the understanding of SKMKM, financial literacy, and firm size. Therefore, access to formal credit becomes important for the development SME. Problem statement have three parts. First, is there any impact of understanding SKMKM on access to SME formal credit? The second is there any impact of financial literacy on access to SME formal credit? And the last, is there an impact of firm size on access to SMEs formal credit? The purpose of the research to determine the impact of understanding SKMKM on access to SME formal credit. Next, to determine the impact of financial literacy on access to SME formal credit. And next, to determine the impact of firm size on access to SME formal credit. The novelty of research. The unit of analysis used in this SME in Depok City, and the time period of this research was carried out in 2020. And second chapter is literature review. Credit accessibility. Accessibility is a measure of ease and comfort liked by individuals or groups in obtaining and meeting their needs, so that those needs are met by research as is a whole. Formal access to credit is when a household or business has access to a particular source of credit if it can borrow that source from Daytna and Zeller research. And from this credit, it is expected SME can improve the operation and performance of their business. Usaha mikro kecil dan menengah SME, according to law number 20 about UMKM in 2008, provide SME criteria based on the net worth of a business and annual gross sales. Have three types. Micro business has a maximum net worth of 5 million excluding land and business buildings. Have annual sales result of at most 500 million. Small business has a net worth of more than 50 million to 300 million, excluding land and buildings for business. Has annual sales result of more than 500 million to maximum of 2 billion and 500 million. Medium business has a net worth of more than 300 million to 10 billion, excluding land and buildings of our business, and has annual sales result more than 2 billion and 5 million rupiah up to 50 billion. According to Badan Pusat Statistik provide definition of SME based on the used labor from the business. That is, micro business has labor less than 5 people. Small business has labor of 6 to 19 people. Medium business has labor of 20 to 99 people. SKMKM is a standard intended for SME that are or have not been able to meet their accounting requirements that have been regulated by SKMKM. SKMKM only use historical costs. while a SAKM tab can use historical cost and fair value. Financial statement according to SAKM have three elements. First, statement of financial position, two, statement of profit or loss, and three, notes to the financial statements. Financial literacy is one's knowledge of finance and is able to apply it to personal money management in the form of savings, debt management, and planning for the future by Houston. Otoritas Jasa Keuangan (OJK) classifies the level of public financial literacy in Indonesia into four parts, namely, first, well-literate, second, sufficient literate, third, less literate, and the last, not literate. From size. The size of the business is the average total asset of the year for the next several years by Eugene F. and Joel F. According to Law Number 20 about UMKM in 2008, firm size can be classified based on the net worth and gross sales annually. According to Badan Statistik, firm size can be classified based on the labor use. Hypothesis of this research is understanding of SAKM has effect on access to SMEs promo credit. Second, financial literacy has an effect on access to SMEs promo credit, and the last, firm size has an effect on access to SMEs promo credit. And the last chapter of this proposal research is research methods. Time and place of research. The time of research will carry out in July to August in 2020. The object of this research is SME entrepreneurs have been registered in Koperasi and UMKM Department in Depok City. Research approach. This research is quantitative with a causality approach, and the data used are primary data sourced from questionnaire distributed to Depok SME entrepreneurs. Population of this research totaling is 2,678 units, and sampling technique in this research is probability sampling. To determine of sample size in this research using sloping formula, and I got 96.4. Instrument preparation. F2, dependent and independent variable. In independent variable, we have access to SME formal credit. This variable use indicator is frequency of formal credit and the amount of credit received. And the independent variable, we have three. First, understanding SAKM. Indicator used for this variable is accounting records and SAKM. And financial literacy, indicator used for this variable is debt management. And firm size, indicator used for this variable is measuring firm size is total asset, gross sales annually, and labor use. Data collection technique. The technique of data collection on this research using two methods. That is the publication study and distributing questionnaire. For data analysis technique, we have data quality test. In data quality test has a validity test and reliability test. Next, descriptive data analysis. To analyze some data for variable problem individually. That means to analyze relation of one variable to others variable. And next, assumption classic test consists of three parts. That is normality test, multicollinearity test, and heterogeneity test. And next, I use multiple linear regression analysis. This analysis is used to analyze the effect of the independent variables on dependent variables. And the last, hypothesis test have three parts. First, statistical test T, second, statistical test F, and last is determination coefficient test. And we arrive at the end of session. That's all my presentation. Sorry for more or less of me. Thanks for watching and thank you.